Hi guys, it's Keisha, and today I am here with my March wrap-up and my April TBR. I've been meaning to film these videos since the 1st, but I've been a little busy and with work and just stuff, so I'm going to try and get these knocked out today, and I'm sorry for them being late, but yeah, let's get started. So the first book that I read in March was Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins, and I gave this book a 3 out of 5 stars, I believe. I thought it was okay. I wasn't super impressed by it. The story didn't like reach out and grab me like I wanted it to. I had read Harry Potter, then The Iron Trial, and then I was reading this one really, kind of in the boarding school mood, the witchcraft mood, and I just didn't really get all the feels from this book. I really don't even know if I'm going to pick up the next one. This book that I read was on the plane and while I was in Vegas on vacation, and this was by far my favorite book that I read all month, and it was The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I loved this book. I adored it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I would have given it 7 out of 5 stars if I could have. I was a little concerned about it because of all the hype that it's received, all the good reviews that it's received, and I jumped in and I just fell for it. I did not, this book it's a honkin' book. And so I was a little worried that it was going to take forever, it was going to drag on. This book read like a 200-page book. I mean, it was so quick, so good. The magic system in this book is amazing. I'm planning on hopefully filming a full book review on this. I've never filmed a full book review, and I want to do this one and on a book that I've already read this month, which I will get into later. But yeah, so this was amazing. I highly recommend this. And honestly, I felt like this book completely stands on its own. It has a beginning, it has an end. When it finished, I was like, oh, the book's over. Okay. I mean, I didn't feel like there was this huge cliffhanger. I do want to know more, but I loved how, even though this is the first installment of the series, how wholly it stands on its own as a edition. So yes, loved it. The next book that I read was Distant Waves by Susan Wynn, and I hated this book, to be quite frank. It's marketed as a novel of the Titanic. Great. I am obsessed with the Titanic. I even saw this on Reagan's channel. She bought it like on Book Outlet. I went and searched this book out because the cover was gorgeous. Distant Waves, it just sounded like it was going to be hit out of the park with me. It was horrible. To say that this is a book on the Titanic is loosely based. I believe that they spend about 50 pages on the Titanic of the whole book, and the rest of the book is ridiculous. They name drop everybody that is in this time period. Harry Houdini, Guggenheim, Nikola Tesla. That's like the main character in this book is Nikola Tesla. Don't ask me. This book is ridiculous. It was horrible. I think I gave it 2 out of 5 stars because I'm saving my 1 out of 5 star rating, but this was close. 1.5 stars, probably. So the next book that I tried to pick up was The Night Film by Marisha Pezel. And I say try to pick up because I did not finish this book. It was going to be our book club book of the month pick for March. However, sorry, my dog's chillaxing in the back. However, one of my friends, she read it, she finished it, she hated it, and I started reading it. I got probably, well, I still got the bookmark in, little Tyrion Lannister bookmark. I got 282 pages in, so I actually finished a lot of it. By the point that I was, I had no direction at all, so we actually ended up scrapping this book for the book club pick and changing it to The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks. I picked this one up to read it, and then another girl in the club, she was actually planning on reading it this month, so we decided to all just pick it up and read it. And I gave this book, I want to say, a 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it. I thought it was different for what Nicholas Sparks usually writes. The whole Luke being a bull rider aspect, that was cool. However, I felt like this book was very anticlimactic. I feel like Nicholas Sparks is really good at having good, powerful endings, and this book kind of fell flat. The ending is gorgeous. It has a beautiful, simple ending, but there's no climax. There's just kind of storytelling, beautiful ending. There's no drama, I feel like, at all in this book. So that's what stopped it for me in a 5-star rating for me, but I still did really enjoy it, and I highly recommend it, and I cannot wait for the movie. And the final book or thing that I read in March was the graphic novel The Wicked and the Divine by Gillian McKelvey and Wilson Cowles. It was the last day of the month, and I realized that I still had not read a graphic novel, which is, as you may remember, my New Year's resolution was to read a graphic novel every month. So I went out to Barnes & Noble that day, I picked it up, and I sped through this, and I feel like I need to reread it. I really enjoyed it. I thought that the artwork was really, you know, bright and cool. Look how gorgeous. And I thought the story concept was amazing. It says every 90 years, 12 gods return as young people. They are loved, they are hated. In 2 years, they are all dead. It's happening now. It's happening again. However, I thought that the storyline was a little hard to follow. Just in the beginning, I read the first chapter 3 times before I actually fully got the full impact of it. But seeing as it was the last day of the month and I was kind of short for time, I just kind of breezed through the rest of it. And I really think that I need to go back in and retake it all in a little bit slower. So I think I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars because I thought that it had a lot going for it. I just thought that the storyline wasn't very cohesive. I talked about the books that I read in March. Let's talk about the books that I plan on reading in April. I have a very, very ambitious TBR pile this month. For my TBR jar pick, I picked to finish a series, and I decided to try and make that my theme. I kind of tried to make that my theme last month and it didn't work out so well, but since I picked it from the TBR jar, it was fate. So my goal this month is to try and finish most, if not all, of the open series that I have. So as they can be finished. So as far as if I've started the series and the series has ended, all the books are out, my goal is to finish every series that I have just standing open right now. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna do it. Before I get started with the series, I should say that I've already read the first book for the month was Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. It was amazing. I will talk about it more in my April app wrap up, but I give it 1,000 stars. It's 2 thumbs up. It was amazing. It is easily my favorite standalone novel, maybe even in my top 3 all-time favorite books of all time, right up there with Harry Potter. So yes, I adored it, and go check it out in the meantime so we can talk about it. This is the other book that I really want to do a book talk on, so yeah. And I picked up This One Summer by Gillian Tamaki and Mariko Tamaki. And I actually already finished this and I gave it 2 or 3 out of 5 stars. I wasn't that impressed. I thought that the graphics were pretty cool though. They all got like this purpley feel to it, but I just didn't really like it. Also, our book club book of the month pick, if you want to read along, is going to be Me Without You by Kelly Rimmer. I do not know much about this book. I did read the synopsis at one point, but I kind of forgotten since then. I did not pick this book. It was picked by the lovely Amber, so check it out. So the first book that I plan on reading is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This is the 3rd and final book of the Daughter Smoke and Bone trilogy. I have talked about this book series a little bit on this channel. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not loving it. I love the writing, I love the world, I love the magic system and how everything works in the world. I hate the love story. I don't know, and I feel like it's very love heavy. So the fact that I don't enjoy it kind of takes away from it. But I really am enjoying it. I've actually started it. I'm not that far into it, but I'm really excited to see how it wraps up. The next series that I'm going to try and finish is the Caster Chronicles. I need to read Beautiful Chaos and Beautiful Redemption, the 3rd and 4th book of the quartet. I really kind of planned on never finishing this. I really do not like this series at all. However, from what I've heard, the ending of the 4th book is astounding and it's amazing, and I'm really kind of looking forward to finding out how it ends. So I'm kind of not looking forward to dragging myself through the 2 books though to get to the ending. So this will probably be the last books I try and pick up. Maybe. The series that I plan on finishing is the Southern Vampire series, the Sookie Stackhouse series, the True Blood series, however you want to call it. This book has 13 books in the series. I have read 11, so I just need to read the 12th and the 13th. I ordered the 12th and the 13th, but Thrift Books lost 4 of the books that I ordered, the 12th being one of it, which is deadlocked. However, I do have Dead Ever After, which is the last book in the series, so I just need to get the 12th book and then I can finish the series. I am actually really excited to finish the series because I really, really do enjoy this series. I just haven't picked it up in a really long time, so I'm looking forward to getting this finished and crossing it off my list. The series that I want to finish is the Precious Gemstones series. I plan on reading Sapphire Blue and Emerald Green. I have read Ruby Red. It's a series that I did not quite enjoy. I found Ruby Red it was a very short book and I did not get into it that fast. I didn't really think there was a whole lot to the story. But I do think it has an interesting concept, the time travel and everything. So I am interested to see what happens in these 2 books. So yes, and I actually do already own these 2 books on my Nook, so I do plan on getting to them fairly shortly. I want to read Redeemed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. This is the last book of the House of Night series. I'm really looking forward to finishing this one. I really, really loved this series when I first started reading it, and I've kind of lost interest as the books go. I just revisited the series to get caught up with the 10th and the 11th within the last few months or so, and I did not love the writing as much as I loved it when I was reading it before. So I'm actually just kind of ready just for it to be over, but I feel like after I've already read 11 books, I just need to read the 12th and just be done with it. Next, I want to read The Kill Order by James Dashner. This is the prequel to the Maze Runner series. I read the first 3 books in the Maze Runner. This is the last book, but it's the prequel. Once again, I did not like the series. I found myself completely slugging through the Death Cure and was not interested at all. However, I've heard that The Kill Order, you learn so much more about the series as a whole, and what you think you know isn't what you actually know. So I'm a little intrigued to find out maybe if there's something that I should know more that might make the series better in my eyes. So I figure I own it, I might as well read it. Next book that I want to read is The Lucky Ones by Anna Godspurn. This is the 3rd book in the Bright Young Things trilogy. This is set in the 20s. And it follows 3 girls as they maneuver the 20s, and they all come from kind of different backgrounds. They're all completely different characters. And I actually really enjoy this series. It's a little different, and I'm obsessed with the 20s, which is probably why I like it so much. But for some reason, I read the first 2 books, and then I just never picked up the 3rd. For no other reason than it just kind of got forgotten about. So in my goal to pick up and finish all these series, that is one of them. And then the last 2 books that I want to pick up is The House of Hades and the Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. These are the last 2 books in the Heroes of Olympus series. I feel like I've been reading the Percy Jackson series probably since July or August of last year. And granted, I did start with the Percy Jackson Olympians, read all 6 of those, and now I'm just now getting to the Heroes of Olympus series. But I'm a little ready to move on and be done with the series because I really do want to pick up the Caster Chronicles before his new books about Norse mythology come out. So yes. Jack, can you move your butt, please? So yeah, that is actually all that I got today. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys later. Bye. Say bye, Jack. Bye, Jack. Bye.